Why is this the main thesis of your video? I was not simping for Cinny.
I mean, it's no secret. I'm stupidly autistic, so I need help from other people.
Is he always says, like, his thought was that it was a setup? Why are there casting couch jokes in your video about the groomer you're interviewing? What a strange thing to put in there. You could be deeply in love with a cartoon character online. I know, Jar. I can see inside your head.
It's not child grooming, but it is grooming a child.
Nobody asked you to rate it on a scale against other internet dramas, buddy. Jar, cool one. So, I heard Chud say this earlier. I didn't catch much of the Chud coverage of this. I did hear him say, though, what I thought was the case, which is that I thought Jar consented to this recording and everything, but then Chud seemed to be questioning that. Chud seemed to be implying that Jar didn't know this was being recorded. So I don't know what the deal is here. I don't know what Himpleton's done here, how much he's playing, but we have got here the Jar call. Big stuff. Big stuff. An hour long of pure autism. So let's take a look.
Hey, mate.
Hello? Hey, sorry that took so long. It's just when you haven't eaten in 2 days, you have to really chew your food or your system could go into shock. I've water fasted before, so I know about this stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean, fair enough.
You ever done
He told Jar like halfway through it was being recorded, but told him he wasn't going to do anything with it. Dude, why do people show their like this? I get like... It's sort of like the same thing that Kumo's done. Do people not realize that just because everyone hates Jar, everyone hates Cinny, that doesn't mean that they're going to be okay with you doing anything you want to those people? Like, if you go into a call and you say, I'm not recording, and I'm never going to release this recording. I'm not recording, and nothing we say here will see the light of day. I'm not doing this for a video. I'm not going to post this. Once you've said that to someone once and lied about it, why would anyone ever believe you the next time you say that? Why would I ever give Himpleton off-the-record information that might be able to help him in some way, having seen this? Why would I do that? And then you see the same with Kumo. You see the same with Kumo. The insane shit pulling those DMs. And then copyright striking people. It's like, why would anyone f with you? No one wants to f with you if you're acting that way.
a water fast?
No, I've never done a water fast. I've just not eaten for 2 days.
Yeah, well, you still have to drink water or you die, but yeah.
Right. So I mean, I guess I did water fast. I just didn't know that I was.
Well, basically, you just drink nothing but water for like days after day after day. Like no food, just water. That's what it is.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
So, with all of this stuff, what has got you like so freaked out and down?
Well, honestly, this is the second. I should clarify. I should fix that. Second time I've ever received massive backlash. I took the video down before it got ratioed, but it was on the.
Guys, sorry, there's something really urgent happening right now. Guys, no. Guys, we need to fix this. There's something fucked up happening. This is really urgent. I've just seen, I can't pull it up right now, guys. I'm trying to I'll get the screenshot, okay, and I'll link the tweet in chat. Guys, please send some love and support. This is fucking horrible. I can't believe it's happening. I'm just linking it there. Okay. I'm just going to screenshot this. Send some support. Okay. I can't stand to see this. King Shadow is tweeting, maybe I'm not meant to be a streamer. Maybe I'm not meant to be anything. What am I supposed to do? Do not let King Shadow. We can't let King Shadow feel like this. Send some love and support to King Shadow. Okay. Send some love. The tweet's in the chat.
It's way to that happening, and I've been ratioed twice already. And
Okay.
Basically what happened is I saw the situation. I saw everybody going at Cinny, and like people were telling me, Cinny, like they sent nudes to a minor and all this other stuff. And then, you know, I had my doubts about the situation. Like I like I had my doubts about it because of the Pyro drama. Because Pyro, I know everybody says, "Oh, Pyro didn't know Ivory's age." No, Pyro learned about Ivory's age when Ivory turned 16, and I quote here, "I shouldn't have continued the furry stuff with him." And I was like, "Wait, Pyro, what the fuck do you mean by that?" And also,
this guy actually, that creepy reading was doing this when he called into Chud's earlier too. The constant references to other dramas. You should be able to explain why an action is bad or why an action is not bad without saying, well, this person got away with it, but they keep doing it. They're like, well, this person's doing something way worse than that person, and they got cancelled by everyone. And it's like, who do you, like, you're talking to an individual right now, you know? You're talking to an individual. They may not agree with that cancellation, or they may disagree with that cancellation. They may have like the same perspective as you on that. But so you need to lay out exactly in clear terms why the instance you were talking about at the moment is bad or not that bad. Using only that instance, using only the language and maybe like analogies that specifically relate to the actions that were taken in that instance. You can't just turn around and go every time go, well, Pyro got away with it. No, that's not how it works.
Pyro had a 15-year-old draw a thicker version of his avatar in a like much more sexy way, but what I failed to take into account was that Cine has done this multiple times, and I was going to go through, like, let my roommate look through my video because he was on a business trip and he just got home, but my video got leaked. I panicked and I uploaded the video, and then I didn't know what to do. And then my messages with her got leaked, and it really does look like I'm hitting on her, but I swear I joke around like that all the time. I'm gathering the evidence to show that I always say to people, hey, you want to see my cock? And then I send them a picture of a fucking chicken.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I kind of get that. Like, the biggest thing for me, I guess, was the fact that, like, and I'm not saying this is the case, I'm just saying, like, this is probably something that you should get ready to respond to. It was, and, like, again, like, this is not me saying this is just something you should probably be ready for. When you say that, like, do you want to see my cock thing, there is...
Oh, it's been censored for some reason. Creepy reading is on my pack watch under Momomax, Boblacks, and Jar. I hate that speech impediment having loser pronounces T's as D's. What a maroon. Thank you for the $5. Rudolph's cool gameplays.
Yeah, I mean, it could have literally been 5 seconds and then the minute turned, but it shows on the messages that there was a minute between you saying that and sending the picture. And, like...
Oh, yeah, no.
Is the rape nuke imminent, or is the rape nuke a while off? What's the outlook on the rape nuke?
I know.
Okay.
I know. Because, like, first time I did that was actually with Spockter. I said, hey, check your DMs while we were in a group chat. And then I said, and he saw the message, and I said, you want to see it? And he shaked his head, and then I sent him the picture, and he went, oh, okay. You're a funny guy.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I mean, I guess, like, again, not my thing that I believe, but, like, I think some people will probably be like, oh, yeah, he was waiting for her to respond, and then when he saw that she didn't, then he, like, made it the chicken picture. You know what I mean?
I know. I've done this so many times that I'm going to show people, like...
That creepy reading is under investigation? Oh, fuck.
Like, this is not the first time I've done shit like this.
He's on notice.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so I'm gathering all that evidence and shit, because the main thing I want to debunk is that I'm simping for Cine. That's the main thing I want to go over, because me and my girlfriend talked about this. She's like, I know how you...
Like, why is that the main thing? Why is this going to be the main thesis of your video, bro? Why is this the main thesis of your video? I was not simping for Cine. No, dude, how about you... If you're going to make, like, a video addressing this situation, the I wasn't simping for Cine thing should be, like, this should be a minor note. It should be, like, a minor... I keep saying minor. I should stop using minor in this context so much, because it sounds like I'm making a joke about children every time. But I'm not. But it should be, like, a afterthought. The main bulk of the video should be addressing the fact that your video sucked and you had a terrible process for coming up with, researching, and interviewing for this video. It should be addressing that. That's the key complaint that most people probably care about. A lot of us are very entertained by the whole love triangle aspect of this, in whatever extent that's true. Obviously, I'm sure a lot of us are very entertained by that. But if you were going to make a serious video addressing what you did wrong in this drama, you would probably tackle the serious, more damning points as opposed to the autistic flirting allegations. I just don't see those as, you know, I know I care about those, but I don't see those as like a big deal, you know.
You joke, and you've received multiple warnings about like this that eventually is going to come back and bite you in the ass. And yeah, she's 100% right about that.
So she, for the most part, is understanding.
Oh yeah, she is upset about the situation, but she's going to stay with me. And out of all the L's I could have taken, that was the one I was most worried about. But since she's staying with me, I'm just so happy.
Yeah. No, I mean, like...
So he got her to stay, guys. He got the girlfriend to stay. Let's fucking go. He convinced her to stay. Well, let's fucking go.
Right.
I'm a member of the commentary community, but, like, I'm pretty anti in the fact that, like, I really hate it when, you know, life ruination shit happens. Like, I really don't like that. So I was... You know, I mean, I think that there's valid criticism to give within your video and all that kind of stuff, but then when I saw the just kind of level that people were coming at you, I was like, okay, this is pretty overblown. Like, this is a lot. So, I guess my, like, just out of pure curiosity here, like, have you been...
Yeah, I don't know if Himpleton's just trying to build a rapport with the guy and, like, just being nice to keep him on side, but it was, I mean, it really wasn't that, you know. This was all self-inflicted. I don't feel like people went, like, crazy hard. No one's trying to find his girlfriend and tell her what's going on or some shit. Yeah, it's not anyone's going that fucking hard. It's like people are mocking you for being a severely autistic 30-year-old man who flirts like an embarrassing sped. I don't feel like it's not that crazy. It's not that crazy.
Been watching other people's coverage after the whole Chud thing, or did you just kind of take some space?
I after the Chud thing, I realized, like, I don't want to end up like Bo Blacks. You know who that is, right?
Absolutely.
You know what he's been doing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, no, I haven't been... Every now and then I'll look at my YouTube channel. In fact, right now on my laptop, I'm logged into alt account so I can watch videos, because I see that on my main account, I see that bell notification. I click on it, and I see hope the pedo pussy was worth it, or hope or leave YouTube or whatever.
Yeah. And so what is your plan for, like, your response? Like, I know that you said that you're gonna kind of gather up, like, multiple times of you being like, I've done this before.
Well, I mostly want to show that I've done that before. I wanted to also bring on my roommate so he can explain that he was off on a business trip, and sometimes I need someone to talk to me for just a couple of minutes so I can pass out and he wasn't home. Like,
dude, the sleep call allegations. My roommate can help disprove the sleep call allegations. I really did need someone to fall asleep with me. Dude. But why are you asking some random girl on the internet that you got in contact with to interview about grooming allegations? I understand, even if you need someone, even if you need some noise, why her? You must have other people. There must be literally anyone else.
That's a weird thing about me. I just have the worst, like, problem.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, so that's kind of the reasoning that you're giving for, like, having released the video in the first place, other than obviously, like, the Kumo stuff?
Yeah, like, it doesn't even make any sense. Put a podcast on. Put the radio on. Yeah, listen to a fucking audiobook. Listen to some ASMR, jungle noise, fucking white noise, ASMR to fall asleep to, fucking rain noises. Dude, Why Cinny Bear? Why Cinny Bear?
Hang on.
Okay.
Just responding to someone.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, there's a million lolicon VTubers doing like 12-year-old girlfriend licks your ears as you fall asleep ASMR 6 hours long videos. Yeah, the world is your oyster with this stuff. Okay, you can have any type of woman you want put you to sleep. You can have any type of woman put you, even 12-year-old women, girls as most people call them. Literally, Jar. Why Cinny Bear? Why Cinny Bear? How anyway? It's better, yeah, the Emoto wife. It doesn't make any sense. None of the story makes sense to me. Let me find the most beat pedophile. Not pedophile. Okay. Let me find the most beat accused groomer who's in like the most depraved mental state possible right now. And let's have her have me fall asleep. Yo, is that King Shadow in the chat? Yo, hey King Shadow, how's it going, man?
We see with someone about this topic. I know so can't respond for a few. Okay, sorry. Someone else wanted to talk to me about this at the same time, and I just told them, like, listen, I can't talk to you both at the same time. I'm going to get distracted. I'm just going to lay down. Okay, so what was your question again?
I was just like asking and just clarifying the reason. That was the reason that you're kind of giving for why you did release the video with like the mistakes, other than like the Kumo stuff, is because you weren't able to like clear it with your roommate.
No. My roommate was going to come home. And he was going to like help me check the video because I mean, it's no secret. I'm stupidly autistic, so I need help from other people. Some people have insulted me for this, saying...
How did Himpleton get this call? How do I get into call with Jar? I think you literally just find him in a Discord and send him a message. I think it's actually that easy.
It's a video by committee, but I don't see that as a problem. I think it's best to get like as many eyes on it as you can, and I was also going to show that I was going to send this to Akumu, not Kumo. Akumu is a different guy. He has like a demon avatar. I'm sure you've heard of him.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Jar, having been through years of commentary, is on his greatest journey yet to find the 7 legendary child groomers so he can be granted his harem.
Thank you for the $5. Thank you.
Yeah, I was going to also send it to Akumu so he could look over it and give me some pointers because, well, he's edgy. He's reasonably edgy. Like, he's a reasonable guy, but he's also edgy. And
Wait. Sorry. Sonic Shadow has leaked online, as in, like, it's on torrent site. Is that... That's the... It's been cracked, as they say. Is that the case? Is this the case? I'm seeing this in chat. This is quite important. This is quite important. I'm not going to be able to move on until someone answers me. Until Deberia answers me this. I'm asking him a question. It seems so. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
And I wanted him to look at it. I wanted Chud Logic to get Chud Logic's thoughts because
only the Sonic
he was talking about this.
What?
And Chud Logic is a I saw one of his videos on me like before this happened, and it was back in his this is him saying it, not me. Back in his soy days, he covered one of my videos, and it was probably the weirdest video I've ever seen on me. He would play a little bit of my video, disagree with my point, continue playing my video, realize I made the exact same point as him, and then he would be like, oh, okay, never mind then. And he just kept on doing that. I was like, man.
So is that what Chud did in that old video? Where's the old Chud Logic? I'm not going to find it now, am I? It's going to be... Oh, wait, no, I do. Look.
It has been a little while... but I thought it was time for us to do a little react. We do a little react. It's called We Do a Little React, okay? To Ransona. And this one here has been around for a while, JustARobot. But I've never reacted to one of the videos before. Yeah, they've been around for a while, but they've released a video that I think I could get into and enjoy and, you know, cover.
Yeah, I wonder, are there any comments from, relisting this video as JustARobot? Did they relist? No, they didn't. It was always listed. Cool story, but you're a chaser, so I get fucked.
So, it's this video here. So it's just a robot, like a robot rant owner, okay? It is how not to get cancelled and apology videos. So, I mean, to be honest with you, based on the video title, maybe I'll have some agreement with this guy. Maybe there'll be some points of agreement because, you know, this is something I've got some knowledge about, obviously. Yeah. So let's see what the advice is and take it from there.
Most people fear the end of their existence. It can come out of nowhere. 1 minute you have all the time in the world.
Alright, guys, everyone follow King Shadow on Twitch so I can Shadow Generations gameplay, okay, when it drops. Alright, guys.
World, in the next minute, it's all gone.
It's funny how quickly things can fall apart. One day it seems like you have all the time in the world, and then the next, it's gone.
Oh, I'm not talking about life.
Hey! Oh my god, I tell you what, that feeling of the crossed arms rant Sona flying in. That's bringing back some memories. That sure is bringing back some memories. Oh my goodness.
About being an internet personality. You never know for what or when you'll be cancelled.
Sure. I think if you should avoid don't do a heated gamer moment, Fivehead, okay?
Let's hear the last few minutes. I just want to see what Chud's conclusion was here.
In a lot of them. I'm not going to go by all of them, but as you guys know, I am an expert when it comes to the Hopeless Peaches drama. And the fact that she was talking about Hopeless Peaches long before the drama with her started really proves that she was planning this all from the start. And that's just one out of many dramas. So she had a choice. Either lie and say this wasn't her, or apologize. If she apologized, I changed my stance, she probably would have lost several tens of thousands of subscribers. But I still don't think it would be as bad as it is now. Prismate Luke has made several promises that he would apologize, but he hasn't. And he still has the perfect opportunity to. He could just throw nothing you can do. That's why EDP now.
Wow, Jar has actually always been the same, hasn't he? He's literally got like 4 or 5 dramas that are his points of reference for every situation he's ever in. This is fucking crazy. This is insufferable.
Apologized. Speaking of apology videos and people being canceled, I recently got more racist allegations. Yay! Hopefully this is the last time I'll ever have to talk about it, but I'll talk about that on my old channel, not this channel. So if you want to know what's going on with that, check out the video that I'll link down below.
There we go. Yeah, by the way, I just think it's funny because I've got no idea. It's just...
No, you can say everyone in commentary does that, but no, they do not. They do not all do it to that extent. Not like Jar does. There is a lot of that in commentary. There are a lot of people who they'll say shit like, you know, we always used to mock like Leroy saying, lyrics will never be the next Augie. Lyrics will never be the next Augie. Like as if you should even want to be the next of some other streamer that was already popular before you. Like as if anyone actually fucking wants that. And shit's like, you'll never be the new Augie. You'll never be the new Augie. It's like that sort of thing. But it's never quite like Jar. Jar, it's like the only way he can explain how something is wrong or how something is fine is by saying, in this drama, everyone thought it was fine. In that drama, everyone thought it was bad. That's the only way he can explain it.
Always funny when, like, you know, I'm covering something and I've got no clue what's going on because I'm a boomer. Yeah, and then everyone comes in, oh, this drama. The Snorfy Snurf. Oh yeah, I know about that. Yeah. The Bling Bling Habit cancellation. Oh yeah, that one. Oh, with Jonesy Sniffle. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, Chud's even making fun of JustARobot for doing it here. Oh god.
Yeah. That was a real crazy one. Anyway, so we're gonna look at this thing now. Anyway, there we go. That's my take on it all. Okay. That's all I got to say. I actually quite enjoyed that video. Made some interesting points. I think I kind of agree. Yeah, sometimes you've got to apologise if you've done something wrong. Don't apologise for things you haven't done wrong. You know. And yeah. You know, don't...
So I feel like JustARobot, like, he's saying that was a weird video. I mean, obviously we didn't watch all of it. We just saw like the start and the conclusion. But it seemed like Chud went into it saying, I feel like I might have some points of agreement with this guy. And then he ends it saying, yeah, on the whole, I agreed with that video. And Jar's like, it was such a weird video. It's like, is it really that weird? He thought he was possibly going to agree with you on some points and disagree with you on others going in. And then he ends the video. He's like, oh, broadly I agree with him. Like, is it that weird? Okay.
Oh, this might be the best video on me. So he seemed like a reasonable guy, so I wanted, and he knew about the situation, so I wanted him to look over it too. And a bunch of other people as well, but then Kumo leaked what I had, I panicked, and I uploaded what I had already, and I think that was a stupid move. I really could have been way more PR about this, and I panicked, uploaded, And my roommate, when he finally got home and he saw this shit, he was like, dude, why did you do this? Like, I would have told you to change this, that, and the third. Like, he was not happy with, like, the final product.
So, I guess that brings me to my next question. Like, do you plan on kind of just not ever, like, touching on it again, or do you plan on making a better version?
I'm not going to make a better version.
I am nowhere near caught up with Bleach.
I think the waters are already because here's the thing. Let's say hypothetically, I'm not saying this is the case, okay? I want to make this very clear. I'm not saying this is the case. Let's just say Sydney is 100% innocent, okay? Like, she's completely innocent, right? Hypothetically. Not saying she is. Like, I'm giving a hypothetical example. Okay, alternate universe, she's 100% guilty. I still don't want to do that because, I feel like I've already put my reputation on the line enough, and also, you know, she leaked the DMs me and her had to Kumo, and he leaked it to
Oh, Himpleton, one sign corrected. Apparently, he told Jar that he was releasing the call when he covered it on his own live stream, and after that it was public. That's when he sent it to me and Chud. He wasn't snaking him in the call, and they spoke about it in a different call as well. So apparently there was no snaking here. Apparently there was no snaking. Jar was informed every step of the way. Apparently.
Chud Logic, and Chud Logic leaked it to, well, everyone, and to me that's a breach of my boundaries, breach of my trust. So I'm like, why the fuck would I want to help you after that? So I'm not saying so I'm saying hypothetically, even if she is innocent, I don't want to push forward anymore. I'm tired, and I'm tired, and I just want to make my response show evidence that like how this came to be. I'm basically going to say in my video what I'm saying to you right now, but I'm just going to explain how it got so stupid. And I know not everybody is going to forgive me, and a lot of people are going to. I'm mostly confused as to why people are calling me a pedo over, like, me saying that thing about the 14-year-old where I was like, haha, nope, blah. I was like, oh no, I didn't groom the 14-year-old or interact with them. Oh no, that's what pedos do.
Yeah, I mean, I disagree with this point, but I think that the reason that they say it is because it's like, oh, well, why are you even thinking about it that way? Like, again, I disagree with that. I think that's malicious framing, but...
Okay, like, 14-year-old comes into my DMs and says...
The thing that makes it weird about the way Jar describes his story each time is he always says, like, his thought was that it was a setup. Like, I feel like for most people, you don't even get to the point of it being a setup. You're just like, there's a 14-year-old. This person's saying they're 14. Whether it's set up or not, I'm not engaging. You're not like, this could be a setup, I'm not engaging. I don't... That's the thing. That's why it comes off weird. And I'm sure Jar... Look. I'm sure Jar has no ill intentions with 14-year-olds, but every time he explains it, it's just like, dude, you're saying this in the most suspicious way possible.
Hey, I'm 14. I want to make you hoopy. They didn't say happy. They said hoopy, which is a lot more of a flirtatious way, at least in my opinion. And I thought, even if I respond with, what do you mean by that? It's going to be taken the wrong way. So I was just like blocked, like immediately. Like I was like, this is a fucking setup. Like I know.
Like, see, this is like, why is this how you're telling the story? Why is this how you're telling the story? It's so insane to me.
I'm 14. I want to make you hoopy. They didn't say happy. They said hoopy, which is a lot more of a flirtatious way, at least in my opinion. And I thought, even if I respond with, what do you mean by that? It's going to be taken the wrong way. So I was just like blocked, like immediately. Like I was like, this is a fucking setup. Like I know what's going to happen. And I just blocked them.
Like, why is that your thought process? Why is it not, I should not engage with 14-year-olds, period. I should not engage with 14-year-olds. 14-year-old messaging me, I should not engage with them, because even if it's real, there's nothing good that can come from this. There's no benefit to me from this. There's nothing I want out of this. Why would I engage with it? That's the normal thought process, I feel like. It's like there is nothing for me to gain from interacting with 14-year-olds. So why would I interact with 14-year-olds? Go away. That's it. For most people, it's not, oh, if I even say hi, everyone's going to think I'm trying to fuck kids. It's
Yeah.
Like
fair enough.
ignore what I said. Like no grooming or DMs being shared. Well, DMs are going to be shared, but I mean, like, even if I say something as simple as, "What do you mean by that?" I thought that was going to be taken the wrong way. Like
this is what I mean. That's just why
someone was going to screenshot that and it's like, what he said was, what do you mean by that? They were going to word it like that. You know what I mean? Like with text, you can't tell tone.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think that was malicious framing either way. Yeah, okay. So, I think what you're saying makes sense. So, with all of that being said, like, do you stand by... Like, do you really stand by any of the stuff that you said in that video?
Oh, yeah. I mean, other people, like even Chud, agreed with some of my points.
Sure. What would you still stand by, do you think?
Okay, I don't think dictionary definition wise it was grooming. Like, I don't think what she did was grooming. Like, when I think of grooming, I think of like someone trying to get with the child or get nudes from the child or something else. I don't think it's grooming, and I think it's dumb when people say, oh, well, there's multiple different definitions of grooming, like grooming someone in a position of power. It's like, listen, if you were like, buddy, like,
I don't know that it's necessarily specifically grooming. Grooming is a very specific thing. However, the distinction literally doesn't matter. It's like such an the idea that your defense video is this was not grooming is insane. If you want to talk about this distinction, I feel like having it be in a more, here's how Jar, okay, right? This is such a better video that Jar could have made, right? Jar could have made a general video about the way we talk about quote unquote grooming cases and about the intentionality required for grooming and about how spaces such as the art commentary community that allow and promote the laissez-faire sharing and discussion of porn and drawing of porn in communal spaces that often have under 18s breeds super, negative interactions for children. And then you can use Cinebear as an example of someone who acts within those warped boundaries. And then maybe you can say, I don't think Cinebear's a groomer. I think she is one of these people who exemplifies this behavior that is causing a problem, that is bad, but it's a different issue to grooming. Like the way you would address this issue, the way you would address Cinebear, if you were trying to really fix the problem, the way you would treat Cinebear is probably not the same as the way you would treat the early 20s guy who hangs around at a skate park selling weed to 14-year-old girls to try and sleep with them. These are not the same person. These are not the same problem. And the distinction is worth making in that respect. But it's not worth making when you're trying to remove moral culpability or downplay the effects of the actions. That's not really the appropriate place to draw that distinction, I think.
H, I'll just call you. Can I call you H?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
If you were a dog, let's say hypothetically, in real life, your job is being a dog groomer. I don't think you would be too happy if I made a video called H is a groomer.
Right.
Like
100%.
Grooming. I don't want the word grooming to be watered down because I think it's a very serious thing and a very serious allegation. The problem, though, is what City did is so categorically over the top inappropriate that it's hard to not call it grooming, and I can understand why people called it grooming, and I should have been way harsher on Stinny. That's like my biggest issue. It's just, I never said what she did was okay, but I really should have been harsher in my words. Like there, it's hard to find a word that's between inappropriate and grooming. It's hard to find like a middle ground there.
The problem is that they are treating it as like these things are on a lateral scale, you know? Like it's on one end, it's like a line. And on one end, you've got the least bad thing. And on the other end, you've got the most bad thing. And misconduct is before grooming on the badness scale. But that's not how it works. They are different things. They are different things. Some cases of grooming may be worse than some cases of misconduct. Some cases of misconduct may be worse than some cases of grooming. They are different things. They aren't like, it's not like a one thing is worse than the other, you know? But because people just see like, the way people online think of it is like, pedophile is the absolute worst thing, and then groomer's the second worst thing. So you're a pedophile if you fuck a kid, you're a groomer if you talk to a kid. Like, that's actually how people online think about it. It's fucking insane. It's like so stupid. So I understand why Jar's confused, but it's just like you probably aren't the person to be making this video if you don't have the neurotypicality to untangle that.
The other thing is, I think it's the other thing. Do you know about the Puppy Chan drama?
That sounds familiar, but no.
So Puppy Chan was this autistic Twitter artist that a lot of people backed, and then she did a bunch of stupid stuff, and then no one supported her anymore. And that's kind of how I feel about Jack, because like Jack makes their video and people are just like, oh, let me give you $10,000. And I'm tired of people saying, well, Jack is disabled, so that's why they can't get a job. Listen, I'm autistic too. I don't like fucking working. I say stupid shit all the time that gets me fired. I still find ways to make money. I will do some Ubering until I can find a new job.
Awesome.
And like it just seems weird. Like I just don't like the.
I just don't understand how I feel like well, I don't want to fucking sell my own fate here, but truly I don't understand how you're doing Uber with 200k subs. I don't understand how your life ends up in this point. A 10-year-old channel with 200k subs and you're doing fucking Uber. You can still get like over 100k views on a video if he fucking makes a decent one. Like he still does pass 100k. There's no reason you should be working Uber.
The idea of my tax dollars going to someone and then that someone also asking for $10,000. Like, fuck. Like, I want to make this clear. I don't receive money from the government. I've never gotten autism bucks because I don't think I need it. I think I should work. Because I think it's stupid to make people like... Like this one girl I dated, I actually broke up with her because she was doing that and she was like more functional than me and I just could not handle that. Like the idea of someone being a...
No, dude, you guys just don't understand. So many YouTubers with 100k plus subs are totally broke and make no money. So many massive YouTubers are completely broke and never make any money. And don't know how to even begin to make money. It's loads of them.
Able to work and still taking taxpayer money.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I will admit, the main thing I hate, though, the main thing out of this entire drama that I hate, aside from the Jar simp for Cine, is the fact that I kept on telling, is the fact that I brought up that Pyro learned of Ivory's age when Ivory turned 16. I played the clip clear as day, and he even said afterwards, I shouldn't have continued the furry stuff with him. And the only reaction I got from people was, oh, but Pyro didn't know Ivory's age. It's like, am I going crazy? Did you guys not hear what I said?
Yeah, no, I mean, I understand your frustration with that, honestly.
Yeah, like, dude, if I said something like that, I think you would give me a side.
Oh, Kumo update coming in. Kumo update. Fresh Kumo update. Okay, I attempted to get him to remove the strike. He refused. He says flatly can take it down and re-upload it without his art, as no one cared when he was struck for the same thing. I cannot stress enough how fucking retarded this is. I rarely actually get mad at this stuff. GG. Hey, is this legit? He has time. I did that a while ago, lol. You're striking at randoms. If you only care about these things when they happen to you, you don't care about them. Flatly never struck you. Nope. Mlem struck me. And I had no grounds to fucking dispute it. I don't care about them because nobody fucking cared about it when it happened to me. I don't get what there is to argue about here. Where was this outrage when the exact same thing happened to me, where I was given 2 strikes I couldn't dispute? It's about having some basic principles regardless of what others are doing. I've said this the whole year that using bad tactics is a bullshit weak move. If you don't care about these things once the tide turns, you're going to find yourself very alone. Take the strike down, unprivate, and apologize. This is a huge thing to fuck up. Now, I think I'll dig my heels in on this one. I'm not going to apologize for their own double standards. There's only an outrage when it's someone they don't already like. If it's someone they don't like has it done to them, they're oddly fucking quiet. These principles mean fuck all to any of them, so why should they to me? Bro, you have 1k subs. Nobody knows when you get copyright struck. If you get copyright struck off in the distance and nobody fucking hears about it, of course there's nobody out here riding for you, bro. Nobody knows. I heard about him getting copyright struck the other day. I obviously said that was fucked up. Obviously, you shouldn't copyright strike people for using their using your fucking art or whatever in their thumbnail. That's fucking retarded. Well, every fucking Nickelodeon video essay is getting struck now because Nick don't want SpongeBob on the thumbnails. Like, oh, no, that's a retarded standard. Nobody thinks it's okay to copyright strike Kumo. Nobody's been saying. Who's been saying that? Certainly not flatly. Nice warning for you to not use Kumo's art in your thumbnails. Don't worry, I already was on that the moment I saw the strike. We've got 1 minute. Can I I've got a Kumo video going out. Okay, I'll quickly I can show you guys the thumbnail. There's a Kumo video going out tomorrow. We'll show you the thumbnail quickly. Thankfully, you don't really need Kumo to get Kumo's art. You don't really need Kumo's art to get Kumo's art. What do we think? That could be a Kumo original, no? It looks the same, doesn't it? We have Kumo at home.
Wakes sideways glance like, oh yeah, I was talking with this one girl. I didn't know her age, and when I found out about her age, I shouldn't have continued my furry session with her. And you would be like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, 100%. No, I'm totally with you there. So kind of on that same wavelength of just stuff in the video itself, like with the interview, if you could do it again, would you take out the casting couch jokes?
Hang on.
Okay. Right, I have seen a little bit of this part. So, in Char's original video, I guess, this was briefly disputed, but I think it is now confirmed. There were screenshots of, like, Jar and Cinny. Like, it's like a picture made of Jar and Cinny at the casting couch. Like, he's like the cameraman, and he's like talking to her, convincing her to get on the couch, basically. It's like really odd, just very odd stuff. Like, why are there casting couch jokes in your video about the groomer you're interviewing? What a strange thing to put in there.
Oh, you're fine.
Oh my god. Okay, so apparently even Harmful Opinions is now talking about me.
Wow. I wouldn't worry about that too much. Everybody's gonna make their rounds.
This must have been... Wait, was this right after the stream?
Okay, so what about the couch jokes?
I was just saying if you could do it all again, like the interview in particular.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I was... Yeah.
Okay.
I've already taken the L on that. That was... Okay, the reason for that was I did a bunch of videos on Daft Pina, and when people... hang on, let me check this real quick. And when people saw my, one of Daft's friends said, why didn't you reach out to Daft first? And I said, okay, next time a drama happens, I'll reach out to them. But the problem is that was the first ever quote unquote interview I ever did. And I was tired. Stinny was tired. They just came home from work. I was up late. I think we're in completely different time zones.
Yeah, but so... What I'm talking about in particular isn't like something that was said in...
And when people saw my... one of Daft's friends said, why didn't you reach out to Daft first? And I said, okay, next time a drama happens, I'll reach out to them. But the problem is that was the first ever quote-unquote interview I ever did. And I was tired. Stinny was tired. They just came home from work. I was up late. I think we're in completely different time zones.
Yeah, but so what I'm talking about in particular isn't like something that was said in the interview. It was put in post. Like I'm talking about the casting couch jokes, like how Cine appeared. Like, do you know what the casting couch is, right?
I can't. What I know, I don't know what that is.
Oh, really? Okay, so that might have been malicious on the
I'm
part of your editor. Jeez. Okay. Wow.
I can't like I'm believing this. Look, to me, like, you don't know, really? He would try. You guys don't believe this. I don't see how he could feign ignorance like this. He would just know. He would just say it. If someone said casting couch to him, this is not the sort of guy who is like smart enough to fake that he doesn't understand what some porn reference is. He is not that sort. If someone says some porn that he's seen to him, he's like, oh, I've seen that. I've seen that. We'll see that later with the whole rape stuff. But he's like, immediately, every time he jumps to tell people about some porn he's seen or some anime shit he's seen, he jumps at the opportunity. There is absolutely no way that he is faking not knowing what the casting couch is. I don't buy it. Yeah, and you didn't know who Jeffrey Epstein was. He asked Jeffrey Epstein, the gay serial killer.
What do you mean by I'm scared now. What's the casting couch?
Dude, I'm just like I'm actually kind of stunned right now. This is kind of crazy. Okay. So I was gonna tell you this anyways because, dude, the fucking your editor definitely was against Cine. Like did you notice that the editor, every single time the word pedophile or Cosmodor was mentioned during the interview, they showed a PNG of Cine?
Is that true? That's insane. If that is true, if they were actually doing that, just flashing up pictures of Cine every time the word pedophile was said, that's so far. What is this editor's game? Just like get this turbo autistic guy to trust you with his videos, and then every single video you're just putting in like the most insane like shots, just like underhanded shots at everything he's saying.
During the call?
Yeah.
Well, I thought the Cosmodor Cine combo was funny, but like, I don't know what you mean by like picture. Like,
Yo, thank you for the raid, Chud. Welcome in, Chud Raiders. Welcome in, welcome in. We're just covering the Himpleton call that Chud went over earlier today with JustARobot.
I will have to go back and rewatch my video. I did not realize that. I kind of just more so listened to the call. Like I was like, oh,
fair
just.
Enough.
Yeah, I mostly just listened to it because I was like, oh, gameplay is already added. But like, I'm still confused. What is this casting couch stuff?
Okay, so let me explain the casting couch. The casting couch is basically a porno, and it's a kind of porno where it like starts out as an interview, and it's a girl sitting on a couch, and then after like the preliminary interview, like the two people fuck, like the cameraman and like the interviewer and the interviewee.
Wait, is that the big buff black guy?
Maybe, but like the biggest part about it is that like it's called the casting couch because this girl sits on this very recognizable couch, and basically 3 different times during your interview it cut to you as a cameraman, and not like, obviously nothing graphic was happening, but it was just like very obvious implications. You as the cameraman and Cine sitting in the casting couch.
This is the first time I've ever heard about this. Like, I'm going to ask my editor about this now, but like this is like, I don't think anyone has brought this up to me yet, but wow.
Yeah, I haven't heard anybody bring it up, and that's kind of why I was stunned, because I thought, to me, like, that was one of the biggest things that I saw, and I was like, Jesus Christ, that's, I don't know how I feel about that. And so, yeah, no, I mean, the fact that you don't even know what the casting couch is actually, like, kind of stun locks me, like, wow.
I'm not a big porn guy. I'm not very familiar with porn.
Fair enough. Like, I'm not a big porn guy either, to be fair. But, like, the only reason I know about it is because it's, like, a pop culture thing. And, you know, I'm just, like, a fucking dumbass, like, edgy humor person until like I know about those jokes. But yeah, I mean,
not big porn guys here. No big porn guys here. Was Jar not a big porn guy at all? Hates porn, in fact. What's that video on his channel where he does nothing but throw up gender-bent Goku pictures for a whole 10 minutes straight?
I'm not very familiar with the porn.
Fair enough. Like, I'm not a big porn guy either, to be fair. But, like, the only reason I know about it is because it's, like, a pop culture thing. And, you know, I'm just, like, a fucking dumbass, like, edgy humor person until, like, I know about those jokes. But, yeah, I mean, that's kind of insane that your editor did that without even, like, asking. Because, like, it made you look so much worse in that interview, dude.
Oh my god.
Like, it also with the interview, do you think that your questions were leading? Because I know what you said about like you were tired and stuff like that, and like I get that.
Yes, my questions were leading.
Okay.
They were absolutely. I was not letting her answer them. It was pretty much just me talking. Let's be real here. It was me talking. I kind of just wanted it to be like done and over with, and I rushed through that interview. I kind of wanted to do like a redo of that interview, but I kept on going back and forth whether I should do that or not.
Yeah, no, fair.
Yeah.
And with the whole like other calls that y'all had, because like obviously y'all had multiple other calls, were all of those about your video?
I can't recall. Okay. I really don't like the commentary community amnesia excuse of I don't remember, because like, it's so stupid. It's just dumb. The problem is I was on sleeping pills.
Oh my god.
Amnesia excuse of I don't remember, because like, it's so stupid. It's just dumb. The problem is I was on sleeping pills, and I remember a lot of them being about the video, but I think a few of them were also just shooting the shit, just chatting about stuff. And it mostly happened because my roommate was on his trip, and I just need someone to talk to for a few minutes so I can pass out. And yeah, I mean, I almost called someone else as well, but
yeah, literally anyone other than Cinny would have been a better option, dude. Like, it's so crazy. Like, who was gonna, if you hadn't gotten, you know, involved with Cinny to try and vindicate her from grooming allegations, who was gonna talk you to sleep at night? Who else? Who was gonna do it? Like, you should have just gone to whoever else you had. Why sit? It's literally the worst possible person you could call.
I did was incredibly unprofessional, incredibly stupid. It's not a romantic thing at all.
Thank you for the $5. I'm guessing, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I'm guessing his girlfriend was already asleep by the time he was going to sleep, and he didn't want to disturb her, okay? I'm willing to give him that story. But literally anyone other than Cinny would have been better.
It's just my nicotine addiction keeping me from falling asleep. And if I don't talk to someone, I look at a screen. If I look at a screen, it wakes me up. And like, I need total darkness. I even have like blackout curtains and all that. And I can understand how people got the wrong idea from those. The problem is I have none of them recorded because they were all on mobile. I can only record stuff on my PC, not on my mobile device. And I've heard that I might have said like, oh, you are my type. And I was like, fuck, did I say that? And I'm questioning if I did say that in the last call I had with her or not. But if I did, I definitely, I'm like 90% sure I followed up with, but I have a girlfriend and she's definitely my type.
Yeah.
Because like, here's the thing.
Wow.
I don't know what Cindy looks like in real
Loyal
life.
guy.
And
loyal guy.
I defended Hopeless Peaches. And I saw
these people. Okay, I hate this cap. I hate this cap. You don't need to know what a woman looks in real life to love her, Jar. I know you don't. You could be deeply in love with a cartoon character online. I know, Jar. I can see inside your fucking head, Jar. I don't like this cap. I do not like this cap. Internet freaks, turbo autistic internet freaks, think other people don't know how their head's working. Same with Kumo. He thinks no one can understand how his head's working, so he can just release those DMs and be fine. I know exactly how your head's working, okay? You wanted to fuck that little cartoon. I know you did.
What Hopeless Peaches look like in real life, they look nothing like their avatar. I'm going to say that. And that's the nicest way I can put it. They look like a Albinoric from Elden Ring.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Like, I have a girlfriend. I love her to death. She was 90 pounds when I met her, and she's just so amazing.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, man. I get that.
Yeah, and I would never just be like, oh, I'm going to simp for this person getting canceled, because do you know about the Coyote Lovely drama?
Vaguely.
Yeah, okay, he was a predator hunter, and he hired people to draw pictures of him licking hypnotist Sappho's butt, and he had a scat fetish, and he had a lot of ooh-woo conversations with Sappho, and I was like, of all people to go after, why Sappho? Like, and I learned that from Coyote not to do that. And I also learned from Tipster not to do that. So, but I think my situation is more similar to Tipster, because he says things like, she wants to tip and all that other shit.
Literally, he can't do it. He literally is just like desperately reaching for any other drama to compare this to. You should never be sitting there deeply pondering whether you are more of a Coyote Lovely or a Tipster. If you're like sitting there thinking, am I more of a Tipster or a Coyote Lovely? Why is this going through your head? Why are you sitting there pondering that? Literally, clear your mind and think of anything else right now.
But yeah, I'm probably going to be done with drama after I respond to this, because if I return to drama, I know I'm going to do this again. This is not the first time I've done this. This is like the 5th time. First with Princess Elizabeth 013, second time with what do you call him? Toby, 3rd time with Peaches, 4th time with Cal and the Mari and Cal drama, and now this is the 5th time, and 3 out of 5 of those didn't go well. The Princess Elizabeth situation was bullshit, but I know you don't know anything about that because that's 10 years old. Yeah. Basically, no, I see someone getting bashed. Unfortunately, 5 out of 5 times it was a female. Unfortunately, granted, Peaches transitioned later, but at the time they identified as female. And I just think I need to help this person. And I will admit, it's easier to help a girl than a guy. It is easier. But actually, when it comes to guys, I mean, like Misanthropony, aka Zaid, he was canceled up and down for making alt accounts and threatening people, but I still brought him on my channel because I think the guy makes some great fucking content, and I want him. I want his fans to still see his like new content he's working on. So like at least there's one guy helped out, and it also didn't go well for me.
Yeah. So retrospectively, like, would you?
Yeah, exactly. It feels like he's giving it away that it's easier to help a woman. He's saying it there. He's saying, I feel more comfortable towards women. I feel like I can talk to women easier. I feel more of an affection towards women. Like it's coming through. You're seeing the feminine profile picture, the female cartoon, the female voice, and it's giving you the signals that say, oh yeah, be nice, be maybe even flirty. Oh, this is the sort of person who can talk me to sleep. It's giving you all those signals, and you're acting in a way that gets you closer to those signals. And that is all he's acted for. Because, again, didn't read the logs, didn't read the docs, didn't do any research. All he did was interview her. And the interview sucked because he was flirting with her the whole time and didn't ask any real questions. So he can say, oh, I was trying to make a video and it's just easier to be nice to a woman. But every action he's taken has oriented himself to getting close. Like, he can say it's not romantic. Sure, maybe it's just friends. Either way, because Cindy is a woman, he has chosen to take every opportunity to get closer to her, to get more of a personal relationship with her, because she is a woman, because he feels warmer towards women.
You continue to do drama, but just like get less personally involved, or are you just like going to take a hard break?
No, complete full stop. Just talk about media.
Yeah.
Because if I get into drama, I'm going to do it again. And in one more, this happens one more time, I get canceled like this one more time, there's no way I'm going to come back from it. Like, yeah. I think I can come back from this, but if I do it again, yeah, no, it will be a pattern of behavior. It's pretty much a pattern of behavior now.
His guy is just like beating himself up so bad.
See someone getting canceled, I feel bad for them. I want to help. I want to play devil's advocate, but I'm not smart. I'm not good at this kind of stuff. I mess up a lot. And granted, out of everybody I've ever tried to help out, Cindy is by far the most guilty.
Okay, interesting.
Oh yeah, like more guilty than everybody else combined.
So, kind of while I was like researching you, I did see, and like again, like I want to make sure none of this ever comes off as accusatory, because like I'm always just trying to like clarify points here. But with I saw this one clip of you. I'm trying to remember which video it was that I saw. Can't remember. I might have been the Jaden Rule 34. I can't remember though. It might have been the Cine one. There's a point in the video where you talk about the Toby drama, and you say that and like, by the way, I don't really have an opinion on the Toby drama because I'm not really super familiar with it, but like you say like there are no videos of about that drama with you left, and
yeah, I believe so.
And you were like, every last one is gone.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to clarify like what you meant by that. Like, you didn't. Oh. That wasn't like some kind of like thing of like, oh, like if you make a video about this, I'm gonna take it down. It was like people have regretted their statements.
Okay, I discredited their well, okay, I will. Let me think for a second. Okay.
Yeah.
So the Toby, that was in the Cine video. I want to make that clear. That was in the Cine video. Okay. It wasn't in the Jaden video.
Yeah, my bad.
But during the Toby drama, a lot of people bashed me. A lot of people twisted what I said, and they either A, took their video down, or B, took their entire channel down. And I felt like such a badass because it was like, granted, 90% of it was luck. A lot of them got canceled.
I do not care about Jar's old dramas. I will just speed through this.
Because of things that had nothing to do with me, but all those videos are gone. So I was like, maybe I was just kind of like, if you guys are going to come after me, hey, just so you know, it didn't go so well for these guys. Now, was that stupid of me to do? Absolutely. That was so stupid. No, wait. That wasn't my point. My point was that if people bring that up, like I said, I'm pretty sure people are going to bring up the Toby drama, but all of those videos are gone. That's what I was saying. Now I remember. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
And so are they gone because people regret what they said, or why are they gone?
Some of the channels are completely gone. Kai deleted his channel. Omnia's channel may have gone deleted by Kai as well. There was a whole domestic abuse scandal going on.
Yeah, I know about that.
Yeah, it's complicated. I don't want to get into it. Prismate Luke got dunked on by me, and he took his video down. Fumin, I don't know why she took her video down, and neither do I. I also don't know why Dulu did that. They both eventually just took them down for whatever reason, but I think it was because a lot of their friends got taken down for one reason or another.
Just, oh my god, dude, what? This is crazy. I just saw this. YouTube has an equalizer built in that's crazy. Oh my god, that is such a fucking godsend. Holy shit.
And, so, but none of that, you didn't do anything to contribute to any of that, right?
Just the Prismate Luke one.
Well, can you clarify?
Well, I went over his video on me.
Oh, okay, well, that's not what I mean. I just mean purely in the sense of, like, you didn't take any action to take down those videos, right?
Okay, I see what you're saying. Bro,
yeah, sorry.
I didn't even flag Kumo's video.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't even flag his re-upload of mine. I know, I've seen what happened to Kai. I've seen what happened to, what's his name? The guy who looks like...
Okay, from here.
Mundane Matt, that's what it is. Yeah, Mundane Matt. I've seen what happens to those guys. When you strike a video down, I see what happens. So I do not strike videos down. I do not do that. I've never reported a video.
Yeah, Okay.
About me. Like, if obviously, if I see like a video of like some guy torturing his dog, yeah, I'm gonna flag it. But those videos are not about me.
Yeah. Nope, that's fair. Yeah, no, I mean, I just wanted to clarify that because it just, you know, it came off weird to me more than anything.
Yeah, no, I'm not Illuminations.
Yeah, no, I mean, and that's exactly why
By default, got all the interesting, but isn't all the rape stuff in the second half here, Morale?
I wanted to clarify with you, because I was like, there's no way he would do that. That's clearly just him, like, kind of misspeaking a little bit, or just like kind of not clarifying the point super hard, which leaves it, unfortunately, as you know by now, to malicious interpretation.
I know. That's.
You told me to cut it out. No, the rape stuff's there.
That's what happened in Toby drama. That's why I wanted my
Stuff about
wording
having
to
a
be
rape
perfect.
fetish. That's there.
Things got leaked, and I knew I didn't want this to happen again, and it did. It really sucked, man, because one of the worst things I've ever said was 16 isn't a kid, and what I meant was it was a 16-year-old is a teenager. Very autistic of me, I know. And so many people, I will admit it was funny, but so many people said, old enough to drive a car, old enough for jar. Won't lie, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, it admittedly is. Yeah. So, all right. No, I think everything you're saying here makes sense. I definitely am just understanding your perspective more. So, kind of retrospectively, like, I know that you really don't like Kumo, and like, just for the sake of this question, let's kind of take away the whole like putting up your video thing. Do you kind of more agree with his side, where he said that it wasn't grooming, but it was sexual misconduct, and like,
Admittedly,
to him,
yes.
Okay.
Like, grooming to me is a lot more serious. I'm just tired of people saying, like, almost everyone is saying that they were groomed as a kid now. And some people have even tried to convince me that I was groomed for like dumb reasons, like,
Interesting. Let's hear that.
An older friend of mine showed me some animes and
Just some animes. Just animes, just like Naruto, you know, just like Naruto and Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Bleach, you know, just some animes. Just some animes. Nothing explicit, of course.
shit, but I don't think I was groomed. Like, the problem is I'm autistic, so I'm young-minded, more young-minded than people normally my age. I was also isolated. Like, I was extremely isolated growing up. And when I was 14, I watched Berserk 1997 as a kid, and that's Game of Thrones, but anime. It is a show full of bloodshed and rape, and I'm just dumbfounded when people, I don't know, maybe I'm just being stupid, but like when people say, but think of the children, I'm like, do you guys forget what you grew up with when you were 14? Like, I don't know, but maybe I'm being stupid. I personally, I would never send a 14-year-old Berserk 1997. I wouldn't do that. But at the same time, I don't think I was scarred as a kid for seeing that anime. Or who knows, maybe it fucked me up. Maybe that's how I ended up the way I did. Maybe I'm just being stupid. I maybe I am. I don't know. What's your take on this?
I don't know. I mean, I think.
So I think it's fine. Like, if you find some shit, like, all teenagers go and look for shit that's out of their age group. That's like pretty common, pretty normal. Even sometimes parents will, at their own discretion, you know, show very often. I mean, you know, I don't need to fucking explain this to anyone, I'm sure, here. But obviously, you know, parents at their own discretion are welcome to show their kids, like, you know, 18 rated movies or whatever when they're a teenager, maybe slightly longer. You know, they think, oh, this movie, you know, it's rated 18, but it's rated in such a way that, you know, it's rated for gore, and, you know, my teenager's been totally fine with gore. Or, oh, we've had conversation about this sort of thing before, I'm sure they'll be able to incorporate this and be fine. Yeah, that's sort of a parental discretion thing. The issue is that when a stranger, when someone outside of like the authority or the jurisdiction of the parents and whatever local authorities starts interacting with that child and showing them that media, it is so difficult to, one, not only for the parents to control what that kid's seeing, it becomes more difficult to control what that kid's seeing and making sure that development is happening at a steady and healthy rate. But also it's like it breaks there's like a social line that's agreed there, right? Where you don't, while it's worse to show a child or show a teenager some kind of adult materials with the intention of grooming them, that is definitely worse than doing it than without. You don't break that line anyway, because we can't tell your intention from just the act. So you do not break that line. And so we you know, as a society generally hold that line and say, no, it is for the parents to decide which adult material is shown to a child, not for some third party who's not accountable to anyone and that there's no oversight for, to come in and start either possibly plying the child with that material or just showing them things that may not be healthy for them.
I think that kind of in regards to what you're saying, like I understand your perspective on it. I think that with Cine in particular, what kind of put it over the line with me, and I was actually about to follow up and ask about this because I remember you saying in the Chud interview that you didn't end up actually looking at all the logs.
Yes. So.
Well, so I'll get my take in just a second, but like first I do want to hear what all you did and didn't look at, like in terms of the logs.
Well, I need to admit to something. I'm highly dyslexic. Like I have one of the worst cases of dyslexia. And that's why I was waiting for my roommate to come home so he could like help me read through the logs, because he's a lot better at reading than I am. I asked my girlfriend and she was like, I don't want to look at those. And even then, even on the Chud stream, he didn't.
Like, dude, you can't get if you're so dyslexic, you can't read the logs. Why are you getting anywhere? Why are you even recording the video?
Go over what was said in the logs with me, and I'm just confused because like I read some.
So yeah, just use a screen reader. Like there's a million screen reader apps. No, just have it read out to you.
Some of the highlighted parts, like I looked through the first one and I saw people like, oh, Cine's character was doing a suggestive pose, and it was fan art, and she posted it in her Discord, and I was like, I don't think that's porn. I'm sorry. And then I saw the second doc.
New tweets. Oh, really? Where is that?
Shit about that stuff. Like I'm
yeah, and then I saw it. You know. Yeah, and then I saw the second doc, and I saw words highlighted, like her saying, "I like big butts, and I cannot lie." And I was like, "That I heard that in the Shark Tale movie as a kid. My parents showed me that movie. Were my parents grooming me?"
So, okay, but to clarify, did you read that whole doc? Like, did you read? Or I know that you didn't read the whole doc, but did you get to the end of that doc?
What happened? No. No.
Okay.
If anyone's got the Kumo updates, the Kumo striking stuff, discord.gg/Kuihman, or DM it to me on Twitter @Kuihman. I would hugely appreciate any updates, any archives, any information.
What happened at the end?
Well, so the ending is pages on pages of a rape comic that Cine made.
Oh no! I did get to that part. Like I did, yes, and well, I think it was very, very bad for her to send that. When I found out that the worst parts of that comic she censored out herself, I thought, wow, that actually makes her look a lot better. Oh, okay, I made a mistake. I opened up YouTube.
The thing is that Jar is so terrible at making this fucking point, but there is actually a point that you can make here. It's not a very good defense of Cine, but it's like, it implies if there is a censoring done, it implies that the point was not to make the child comfortable with the sex act or with the mechanics of the sex act, or to show that to the child in some way, but was to show the art as a whole. Now, it's not a very good defense at all, but it does slightly color the intention differently. And if you are going to make the argument that it's not grooming, it's actually some form of misconduct, then that does work in that favor. But it's just like, again, I can't reiterate this enough. It's not a defense of Cine. It's like a reclassification of the offense so that you can deal with it better. It's not actually a good vindication. You shouldn't make a vindication video out of that.
And I saw, oh, my subs are going down fast.
Don't worry about that right now, dude. You'll get through it.
Okay. No, yeah, I will. I actually lost more in the Toby drama. I actually lost like 2 or 3K. I've only lost like, I don't even think I've lost 500 yet. But anyways, yeah. When I realized, I don't think it was okay for her to send that, especially when she said she wouldn't do it again. And like she said she would never do this again. But when I found out she censored out the worst parts, I could tell that she at least learned a little from when she first did this. The problem was when she first did this, she sent it to a 17-year-old when she was 19, someone 2 years younger than her. This time it was someone like 6 or 7 years younger than her.
Yeah,
and
6. Yeah.
And again, watched Berserk. I watched Berserk 1997 when I was 14, but I found that on my own. Cine sent someone this comic, and I was just thinking to myself, this is an optics nightmare, but at the same time, I still don't think this is grooming, especially when I found out she censored the worst part. Now, I really did not like it when Chud said, it's fine if you send, so it's fine to send porn if you censor it. I'm not saying that. I said, I was very careful with my words. I said it made her look less guilty when I found out she censored it herself. In fact, originally I actually said it made her look more innocent, but my editor told me, no, don't say that. That is a stupid thing to say. You need to say less guilty. And I was like, oh yeah, you're right, man. Thanks for catching that.
Right.
And, but at the same time, that's not a good thing. Even if you censored a porn, it's better that you censor it than not.
Yeah,
definitely.
100%. But
it's still not a good thing to send at all, especially to someone that young when you're that old. But
right.
At the same time, I think about what Cine drew when she was 14 and how people encouraged her to make animations like this when she was 14. And sometimes I think I can understand her perspective as to why she thought.
Again, this isn't a defense of the action. This is like a fine point to make, but not in your vindication video. This does not vindicate Cine. There is absolutely a broad criticism to be made about the way that communities like the art community, the art commentary community, allow for children, 14-year-olds, young teenagers, no, Jar's late 20s, pushing 30. The art community allows for teenagers that share porn with adults and adults that share porn with teenagers, and then those autistic teenagers grow up to then be the same autistic adults that were sending them porn when they were teenagers, right? And this behavior is existing in a cycle in this highly insular, highly mentally disabled freak community, and it's an endless cycle. But again, I don't know why you would be like super morally outraged when, you know, there's, again, I've said this earlier, there's these lawsuits against TikTok and Roblox right now because on a mass scale, kids are basically running their own virtual strip clubs for themselves and being funded by adults through these platforms. Like these platforms are in lawsuits for this shit right now. Like this shit is happening to such a worse degree on such a mass scale constantly. I don't know why you would get super like morally like, whoa, Cindy Bet's the worst fucking person ever. It's bad, but it's like, this isn't. A bunch of autistic art freaks trading NSFW porn comics is like, this pales in comparison to the shit that's happening every second. Every second of every day online, there is way worse shit happening. Within the same regard, within the same field of offense.
Thought this is okay. Like, if you were encouraged to do this when you're 14, you're probably going to do the same thing. And I wish people understood that, but It does sound like I'm excusing what she did, and it's pretty much because
yeah,
I
exactly.
am.
So I haven't followed any art commentary community stuff really closely at all. But I mean, I would believe this immediately. This isn't even the worst art commentary community grooming drama I've seen. Like, yeah, I doubt it even is even in the top 5 of worst groomings that have happened in the art commentary community. So the crazy moral indignation, I just don't feel personally. It's obviously bad, but I just don't personally feel that. Let's put her in the wood chipper.
I should have gone way harder at Cindy. I should have said like a lot more stuff about her. It's just when I saw that, the pyro stuff, everything else, I thought this was like the pyro situation all over again, and I had something here, but I'm not very good with my words.
Yeah.
And
no, I mean, fair enough.
I was way too soft on her, and I think that was the big killer for the video. When these situations happen, you have to go hard on the person, and I wasn't hard on them, and I messed up a lot.
Yeah, dude. I mean, just here. What I'd love to do is just bring up a couple of. So I actually read through.
Wait, what is this I'm getting on my recommended? What is this?
I took your bitch Kumo. You'll never have her back again. Don't even try to touch my precious kitten. She prefers me more than you. Now, come on, Cinny. Let's talk to minors. We can stop by to pick up R. Kelly from prison and attend a Diddy party with him. It'll be so much fun.
Okay.
Cinny,
What?
how could you cheat on me with Jar?
Excuse me?
After everything I did for you, you decided to leave me for him. I'm actually so fucking disgusted, Cinny.
I'm so sorry, Kumo. He's just better than you. He loves minors just like I do. And we just relate so much in general. And plus, you never liked to goon with me. So it's over between us, Kumo. Goodbye.
What the actual fuck, Cinny? You know what? Have fun with minors. I don't care anymore. I'm retiring from defending pedophiles from now on. By the way, I'm going to watch Chud Logic cook y'all's ass and sit here cute and innocent as if I didn't defend a pedophile.
Wait, that's fucking based. That's an awesome animation. That's fucking awesome. Wait, let me link this. I'm supporting this, okay?
And like, this isn't a flex or anything, by the way. Like, I just want to make that clear. But like, I read through all of the DMs, okay? Because Cinny released all of them without like completely.
Wait, it fucking didn't link it properly? Oh my god, dude, that's fucked up. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Unadulterated, with her response, and so I do just want to bring up a couple of pieces of context to see if this not changes your mind to think it's grooming, but changes your mind at all on kind of your opinions of it. So like, first of all, with the rape comic, in different calls, Cinny got, to read that out loud, read some of the panels out loud.
This is the Pomnigate guy, yeah.
Does that change anything for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it depends. Like, I'm assuming that she read it out loud where minors were present.
Well, Eno was the one reading it out loud. Cinny got Eno to read it out loud.
Oh.
In call together.
Oh my god. I did not know.
Yeah, I've got no idea why everyone acts like this is such a crazy thing. I mean, obviously it is crazy. Sorry, that's a retarded way to phrase it. Obviously it is crazy. I don't understand why it's crazy in comparison to the other stuff. Like, I don't know why this thing matters compared to the other stuff. So they can send the rape comic. They can talk about the rape comic in DMs. They can send Guro, but they can't talk about that stuff in VC. I don't understand why we're drawing the line here. I don't get it.
Oh, that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That I did. Oh god.
And in total, I mean, they had around 20 hours of phone calls, and almost all of them were dedicated to like talking about that sexual material.
Yeah, that completely changes everything. I'm sure you have more, but like, I think that's enough. Like, case closed. That's you don't. How much of a coomer do you have to be to like risk your reputation over something like this? And now I'm starting to think. Like, I did not hear those calls. Did someone play those calls?
So that was the thing. Nobody has access to the calls themselves, but what we do know is there.
Are we sure Cinny isn't also dyslexic and needed the miner to read the comic to them?
During several parts of the calls, Cinny, because Jack was sleeping, Cinny would be texting and like saying what to do and like kind of like talking about the different things.
Okay, you know what? I actually, that actually does completely.
Oh, Kumo didn't strike 2 people. He just confirmed the flatly strike. Okay.
Change my perspective. I actually do think that's grooming.
Do you? And I'm just gonna bring out the other pieces of context just to like see what you say. But like the other thing that she got her to do is draw like. It was never outright porn, but it was NSFW with those situations from the rape comic that they would roleplay about.
Those were from the comic?
Cinny got NO too, yes.
Oh my god, I did not know those were from the comics. I just saw the pictures and I thought Cinny just encouraged her to draw. Like, oh, hey, I wanted to draw this, and Cindy was like, yeah, go for it. And that's as bad as I thought it got. But now that I realize that, yeah, that is wildly inappropriate.
Yeah. Well, and I'm not sure that I would go as far as to say like it's grooming. Like I'm a bit of a fence sitter with it. But
I think getting a child to read you a rape comic is like, it's not child grooming, but it is grooming a child in.
Dude, what is it? Never let autists talk about grooming or relationships or abuse or anything ever again, please. We have to get these jars and these bow blaxes out of these conversations. They have to just fucking leave. Well, it's not child grooming, but it is grooming a child into a sexual situation. Dude, that is child grooming. You just explained child grooming again.
Like I'm a bit of a fence sitter with it, but
I think getting a child to read you a rape comic is like, it's not child grooming, but it is grooming a child into activities that are not what they should do.
Well, and that's actually, funnily enough, what I was going to bring on next. So the 2 last pieces of context are, so at the beginning of their messages, NO did not have, like, wasn't really talking at all about like the face sitting stuff or like the God, this is so fucking annoying to talk about, but like the fucking like weird fart fetish stuff that Cindy has. Whereas by the end, dude, I know. By the end of it, she was like completely participating in those fetishes and like really leaning into them and like continuing them. Which like I think it would be easy to kind of make a indoctrination argument there. And then further too, at the very beginning of their messages, talks about how she got flack when she was an 11-year-old for.
Dude, it's okay.
Also, guys, actually, now I haven't done a shill basically on stream. So, guys, okay, 455 people here right now, 101 likes on the stream. If some of the 354 people who are watching right now but haven't liked the stream could do the bare minimum of moving their cursor to the thumbs up and clicking it, or pressing a thumbs up on their mobile device, that would be hugely appreciated. Now, if you want to take your support further, you can do so by donating directly through the Stream Elements link in the pinned chat message. You can also buy a membership to the YouTube channel, gift a membership to the YouTube channel, gift a whole bunch of memberships to the YouTube channel randomly throughout the chat. You can buy a super chat, which will highlight your message and read it on TTS. Thank you for the 10 gifted, Biblical Angel. Thank you so much. Thank you. Buy a super chat, which will highlight your message on TTS. Highlight your message and read it out on TTS, sorry. Or buy a super sticker, which is a YouTube image or GIF that will be highlighted in chat that are then described to you. You can go to discord.gg/Kuihman, twitter.com/Kuihman, and reddit.com/r/Kuihman. Thank you.
Is it okay if I play some Smash Bros while we talk to the audio down?
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You're fine. To kind of make a indoctrination, continuing them. Wait. Which like I think it would be easy to kind of make a indoctrination argument there.
Is that? Can I hear his Smash Bros like in the background there? Is that what? Has he launched it just a moment before he said that? Can I hear the? Can I hear the menu music here? Is that what that is?
And then further too, at the very beginning of their messages, it talks about how she got flack when she was an 11-year-old.
Dude, is it okay if I play? Is it okay if I play some Smash Bros while we talk to the audio down?
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
You're fine.
yeah. It's just I need to distract myself because
do whatever
this.
You need.
It's not what you're. Okay, it's partially what you're describing to me, but now that you're just. Okay, that's half of it, but the other half is that I said, "Oh, this isn't grooming. It's just her in boy and bunny outfits." Woo, so scandalous. And now I realize the context behind that and how bad that makes me look.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, when you make this video, you can clarify all of that, you know? Like, you have the opportunity to clear the air.
Do you have this call recorded?
Huh?
Do you have this call recorded?
I record all calls, but I'm not doing anything with this. Unless, like...
Could you send it to me? Because,
yeah,
like...
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, this complete...
Okay, apparently, after this call... Himpleton did actually speak to Jar again and and it was fine to release this. Apparently, that is the story I'm hearing. So, he did not snake Jar. Okay, I think
and utterly changes.
I wouldn't bet
almost
anything on that,
everything. Like here's the thing. I understand why Chud Logic was so aggressive with me. He saw those DMs and he thought,
"Thank you for the $2, Godspeed. Thank you."
About what I did, and he got mad, and probably with the context you have, thinking that I'm being okay with this, like I understand why he was angry now. I prefer talking. I wish the guy interviewing me was you, because you're a lot more reasonable.
Yeah, I try to be. I feel like it makes for a better interview.
Well, I understand why he's like that. Like, I don't know that much about Chud, but isn't he one of those, like, Vosh, Destiny type guys?
Well, that and he's just, like, super content-pilled, you know? So, like, he's just...
They're saying Chud wasn't giving him a fair shake. I feel like Chud gave this guy a fair shake, no? Chud was definitely more heated at the start of that conversation than he is with most conversations. He was definitely angry with Jar. He was frustrated. But I don't think he was, at any point he was dishonest or making points he couldn't reason his way through. So I think to imply that, you know, he didn't give Jar a chance to pitch his case. Sounds a bit sour grapes to me, personally. Sounds a bit like feels like it went poorly for him. And so he's just a bit upset about it. But, you know, you can't fault someone too much for that.
He's there for the content.
Especially not sped like this.
Mm-hmm.
Which can be funny when you're an audience member, but, you know, it can be not the best if you're on the receiving end of that.
Yeah, it's just like I tried to watch videos about this, and people were just like, "Oh, this is so bad," and they weren't really like going into that much detail about the doc, and I just thought people were jumping on a bandwagon like they did in the Pyro drama, and I realize now that I completely misread the situation. Like, this is actually worse than what Pyro did with Ivory.
Nobody asked you to rate it on a scale against other internet dramas, buddy. Nobody's asking for that.
I don't know if I fully agree with that, only because, like, the Ivory Pyro stuff was, like, extremely, extremely explicit. Whereas, like, this was, in some cases, explicit, but it, like you said, there was some censoring and stuff like that. But I mean, I do still agree that, like, it's egregious. It's not good. The last piece of context, so we can, like, move on from this point. But so Inno talked to Cinny about how she drew rape.
Something else. Something fun.
Yo, thank you for the $20. Thank you.
Art when she was an 11-year-old, and got flack for it.
Okay, remember when 11-year-olds used to go outside and pick flowers?
Dude, I know. Let's go back to that, please. But so, Cindy's response to that was that is totally normal, and nobody should have given you flack for it. So, like, that once again is
okay.
To me,
that is
a sign of kind of
yikes.
indoctrination stuff. You know.
That is a yikes. That is okay. Okay. Okay, could you repeat that?
Yeah. So basically, Enno got a lot of flack because when Enno was 11, they drew rape art, and Cindy's response to that was that it's completely normal and that she should not have gotten flack for drawing that. Like, to have a rape fetish at 11.
I mean, I think it's common to have a rape fetish, but not at 11. Like,
No,
don't get me
exactly.
wrong.
I think my problem there is like saying it's totally normal, you know? I think that's you probably shouldn't say that to a kid that's expressing some rape shit. That's like, I understand saying you shouldn't have gotten flack for it. It makes sense to say to a kid who's drawn some weird shit, oh yeah, people shouldn't be going to you over this. You shouldn't be getting persecuted or like villainized because you drew some weird shit. But you should be saying like, hey, you need to like talk to your parents about this. You need to like talk to someone who knows what's going on. Because obviously if an 11-year-old is creating depictions of rape, that's pretty concerning. It's like not guaranteed, but that's definitely a sign that there's been some kind of abuse at 11. Once you start getting towards the pubescent ages, post-pubescent ages, I understand maybe, you know, expressing some kind of fetish a bit more. Maybe that would be more quote-unquote normal. Still not good to do with adults on the internet, but the expression of it is slightly more normal. At 11, that's like, I would be incredibly like, yo, why is that in your head? Why is that in this kid's head? Generally, a rape fetish is not good at all, nor is it normal. Wow, what a stupid and low IQ thing to... What a low IQ, sheltered, retarded thing to say. You should feel embarrassed.
I developed a gender bend fetish at like 7 or 8, but that's because I watched Ranma 1/2, and it developed early on. But like, I did develop a rape fetish from watching Berserk, and at 11, like, that's... I'm not well versed in this. I'm not a scientist, but I'm going to go out. I haven't done research into this, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it's not normal.
Again, I'm going to be the Tard Whisperer. I'm going to be the retard whisperer. This guy probably doesn't mean, okay, he probably doesn't mean he had a fully functioning, like, fetish at age 7. What he probably means is he saw material that was either non-consensual depictions or something, and he remembers that. Whenever he's engaging in that fetish, he remembers the media, or it, like, imprinted on him in some way that he saw when he was 7. He probably almost definitely didn't have a fully functional in any way, a functional sexuality at age 7. That's not how kids work. But oftentimes, you know, every kid remembers, everyone remembers from when they were a kid, some fucking hot character from a movie or some shit where it's like, oh wow, that's, you know, that was the first time I saw a woman that looked like that, and maybe that's why I like women like that, you know. And so it can absolutely, the thing he's describing here, I think, is something more like that than having a fully functional fetish when you're 7. That's fucking crazy. That's just not how kids work.
Normal for 14. I mean, you know, so an 11-year-old to be into that stuff.
Well, yeah. Not only is it not normal, it's a very standard, like, I know a good amount about this stuff because, you know, I wouldn't call myself an advocate, but just like kind of behind the scenes for people. Like, I've worked with the Mom Max victim.
Wait, sorry, 1 minute, I need a clip ready. Sorry, 2 seconds. Sorry, I just need this.
And people like that. So, you know, I'm very, I also have like been through CSA stuff myself, and so because
as someone who was SA'd
little guy was who the fuck gives a shit, dude? Come on.
because of that, like, I just have researched it a lot and I know about it. It is an extremely, extremely common, like, basically like red flag warning that somebody has been through CSA if they are having rape fantasies that young.
Probably. I can't speak on that because I was never inappropriately touched as a child or
Sure.
assaulted as a child. That never happened to me, at least as far as I'm aware. Who knows, maybe I really suppressed the memory, but I've thought about it for a long time and I can't find anything in my memory bank.
Yeah, no, I mean, makes sense. And I mean, I don't even think you need to necessarily have been like through something like that to like the science supports that. Like it's just a phenomenon that does happen with children who have been raped, that they
I wouldn't say that, like, if a kid's expressing that sort of thing at, like, 14, that it necessarily means abuse. I wouldn't say that. I would say it's a warning sign for sure. Not necessarily, though. It's a pretty would I say, probably not more often than not, but it's, like, it's a pretty strong warning sign. But the idea that it's, like, a given, I don't think that's true at all. I think once you start getting into the teenage years, teenagers probably start expressing more specific sexual interests.
they end up developing a rape fetish.
Well, it does make sense because this is the only research I have done in that I do know that rape is like one of the most common fetishes.
Yeah. I mean, I know that I will say there's a degree to it. Like, you know, some non-con stuff is like kind of more like while you're smiling, being like, "Oh no, don't."
Yeah, what's up with that, women? What's up with that, women? Okay.
Fetishes.
Yeah. I mean, I know that I will say there's a degree to it. Like, you know, some non-con stuff is like kind of more like while you're smiling, being like, "Oh no, don't." Whereas like there's more brutal ones where, like, for instance, like there's a part in the Cinny DMs where Cinny like very viscerally like describes a rape situation that happened to like the character Nightmare, and it was supposedly because like Nightmare like molested children or something, but the way that it's described is like viscerally like realistic, like just the talking about like the weeping and stuff like that, and just like,
I do not remotely take Himpleton's judgment on what is realistic, visceral, or disturbing.
It all started.
Okay? I do not in any way take Himpleton's judgment on that.
Effective way to combat this problem if you feel called to. I can comfortably say, as somebody who has covered multiple types of degenerates, pedos, stalkers, etc., this is by far the most disturbing rabbit hole I've gone down, and can certainly attest that it has affected me mentally. Because of that, this is the only video I will be making on the subject. It has genuinely had a pretty severe effect on my mental health. That being said, though, I will be continuing to update about...
Oh my god.
like all this begging for it to stop, all this kind of stuff. And, you know, that's like a degree to which I don't even think is common with non-con fetish. And
I would agree with you. I don't think that is like a thing.
yeah. So you know, in cases like that, like that's where I call it like full-on rape fetish. And I think that is definitely not good. Normalizing that to a kid, definitely not good. Even if...
I love this comment. I tried watching Himpleton during the Max saga, and his whinging put me right out. Way too annoying and prone to talking about the time he got molested or whatever. So true.
Because,
holy fuck.
you know, Kumo has made the point that with grooming, you have to have, like, that intent, right? But the problem is, regardless of intent, and this is kind of why I ultimately do agree with Kumo with the sexual misconduct point, she doesn't have the intent. Sure, I can go with that. But it's still sexual misconduct. It's still, like, disturbing and corrupting this child. There's still the signs of grooming there. Like, even if her intent wasn't to groom, and then thus it's not grooming, it is still, like, sexual misconduct. It is still just this what could have been, like, a police matter if Birdie hadn't been a fucking dumbass about it and just made a video about it and told everyone.
Yes, I understand. Like, I was not happy with that either, because to me, if this happens, like I said in my video, if I found out my roommate was inappropriately messaging minors, I would go to the police.
Yeah, 100%. Well, especially like I mean, obviously, like we can talk circles about the whole like Birdie didn't actually look at the screenshots and stuff like that. You know, I mean, I don't even think that's worth bringing up because I know that you know that.
Yeah, I do.
Wow. And that is the end of the Himpleton call. Wow. Wow. Crazy stuff. Lots of great new info there. Right, guys?